Hi, I'm David Webb, editor of Explore magazine, and today I want to talk to you about value. We've all heard the saying, you get what you pay for, and for the most part it's true. But is there ever such thing as the law of diminishing returns? And when you pay, what do you get? And how much do you have to pay to get what you want? These are all questions that come to mind when we talk about the Yeti Hopper 18. Yeti is a legendary cooler maker. They make a few other products, but coolers are what they're known for. This is one of their soft-sided units. It's called the Hopper Flip 18. It holds 24 pounds of ice or 20 cans of your favorite beverage with an ice-beverage ratio of 2:1. Before we get into the specifics of this cooler and run the test, we need to address the elephant in the room. This cooler retails in Canada for $418.04, which is a funny price structure. Let's call it over $400. And that's when we talk about value. What are you getting for that price? Similar size coolers can be bought on Amazon for $25, $30, $50. Name brand coolers run even $100. So let's take a look at the Yeti and see if it's worth $420 of your hard-earned dollars. For starters, if you're on the fence about a Yeti, I really recommend you go to a retailer and check one out. There is a feel to them that you have to actually get your hands on to really experience. I mean, we use the term bomb-proof in the outdoor industry quite a bit, but this actually feels like it could contain an explosion. I mean, it is that rugged. We're talking 840 denier fabric on the outside. That's a measurement of the thickness of the threads. And to put into perspective, a lightweight puffy could be 10 to 20 D. The shell you're wearing might be 60. 840 is more in line with a whitewater raft. It's almost up there with a military-grade Zodiac inflatable. Needless to say, sturdy. EVA on the top, EVA on the bottom, so it's non-slip on the bottom, and you can put your bevies on the top and they won't really slip around very much. Double stitched handles on either side, top, back. Comes with this nice shoulder band with little beaners here that actually swivel so they won't get tangled up. Ergonomic, no slip, looks nice. As you can see here, we've got some lash points. Yeti has a variety of different accessories you can clip on here. Bottle openers, multi-tools, a Yeti dry bag, all can clip onto there. And we need to talk about this zipper. So it actually comes with a tag on it that says pull hard. Because if you bought this, you might think the zipper was stuck. I mean, you would have to give it a good pull to open it up. On the inside, we have FDA-approved, food-grade, waterproof fabric, easy wipe, antimicrobial, antibacterial, easy clean. You can really just hose this thing out, a little bleachy water if there's any stains in there, done. Because it's such a high-end product, I really appreciate that even the literature has a high-end feel, you know? But you get these stickers. You even get this zipper lubricant that you should use once or twice a year. That's how tough this zipper is. You know, people want to feel validated for their purchase, and I appreciate that Yeti makes it feel like you are getting the high-end product, because you really are. But this zipper, seriously, I've tested a lot of outdoor gear and I've never seen anything quite like it. It is an absolute beast. So if you open it a little bit, you can squeeze air out, of course. Close it up. They claim it's a waterproof zipper. It's basically airtight. No drips, no leaks are getting through this. Ooh. In my mind, there's absolutely no question about the quality of the build. Everything is just way overbuilt. And so this is something that's going to last years. There are tests online of people lighting them on fire, dragging them behind cars. I'm not going to do that to this beautiful cooler. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to test just how well it cools and how much cooling power you get for $420 Canadian. So it's the perfect time to do it. We're in a heat wave here in Vancouver. Daytime temperatures right now are spiking to 30 degrees in direct sunlight. Nighttime still mid to high teens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up with cube ice. I'm going to open it 3 times per 24-hour period, and we're going to see how long the ice lasts. Okay, let's get this test going. I've got 2 bags of cubed ice in there. Any cooler aficionado will tell you that a cooler performs best when there's little to no airspace in it, but I didn't want to make things too easy on this $420 cooler. So I'm going to simulate normal conditions. I'm going to leave it out. I'm going to open it 3 times per 24-hour period for 1 minute per time. And I'm going to make sure it gets both direct sunlight and partial shade. So let's zip this cooler up and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay folks, it's been 24 hours. This cooler baked in the sun yesterday as temperatures spiked above 30 degrees. So I'm almost feeling a little bit bad about that, but let's see how it looks. Okay, as expected, some definite melting, but we're talking chunks of ice still left. This has to do with the 4.5 centimeter thick walls on this 5.1 pound or 2.3 kilogram unit. Certainly there's no question that if you put frozen food in this thing, it will remain frozen for at least 24 hours. Now that we've sealed it up, it's as good a time as any to demonstrate the waterproofness of the zipper. I mean, I could leave it like that all day. No water's coming out of that thing. Well, let's leave it for another 24 hours and see how it looks tomorrow. Okay, folks, it's been another 24 hours. Temperatures have dropped a little bit here in Vancouver, but it overall was in direct sunlight for most of yesterday. And let's open it up and see how the ice looks. Some pretty significant melting now, but we're talking still large chunks of ice and frigid water there. And I think it's fair to say that if you put frozen food in this thing, it'll still be frozen, or at least partially frozen, 48 hours in. So it's actually interesting to note that if the ice had have continued the melt rate of the first 24 hours, it would be completely gone. So it shows that a lot of the ice was actually melted, bringing the cooler down to temperature. Yeti recommends actually pre-cooling your cooler to get the best performance out of it, which is a great tip, and this shows the efficacy of that. Now, I didn't do that. In any case, it's sealed up now, and I'm going to open it 3 more times over the next 24 hours, and then we're going to see what it looks like tomorrow at this time. Okay, so it's been another 24 hours for 72 hours total, so let's take a look. All the ice is gone. It is important to note that that is fridge cold water. That is still very much cold. At this point, we can confidently say that anything in this cooler will stay cold for 72 hours in less than ideal conditions. I've decided to call the test. While the Yeti Hopper Flip 18 has maintained its cooling properties, the ice is now melted. Full disclosure, I opened it about 4 hours ago. The ice was melted then. Everything in there was fridge cold. The water was cold to the touch. Another reason I stopped it at 72 hours is simply because that's the usable capacity of this cooler. You're not going to get more than 3 days worth of provisions in here and ice anyway, so there's not much point in going any further. So what have we learned? Well, for starters, this very sturdily built cooler will keep your food fresh and safe to eat for 72 hours plus. That's not a problem. 3-night camping trip, 4 nights maybe even, this is the cooler for you. However, it's also fair to say that if you're looking for something just to go to the beach for the afternoon, keep some beverages and a couple sandwiches cold, this is probably overkill. It would be like buying a Lamborghini as a commuter car. Daily, you're only going to use a fraction of the performance. If you're the kind of person who spends 15, 20 nights or more in a tent, maybe you spend a lot of time in a canoe, kayak, or a boat where you're going to get baked in the sun, maybe you're a working professional, a guide, or you're just the kind of person who likes to buy something once and keep it for life, I would say go ahead and invest in the Yeti. You might get a little bit of sticker shock, but you will have no buyer's remorse. I'm David Webb, editor of Explorer magazine, and thanks for watching.